Hey, what's going on today? This is Sim Tech. They call me Namic. Some people call me Log Online with the gaming. So right now, what we're going to do today is we're going to upgrade it from a 1 terabyte to a 2 terabyte. You see, I got my Xiaomi screws, my mechanical screws, but I will not be using the mechanical part today. I will manually be unscrewing the screws out there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws on the back. And you want to be careful not to scratch the back case because you know this is your limited edition white OLED Steam Deck that we've been waiting for. So you can see carefully, place the screw there, twist tightly. You don't want to twist too hard because you don't want to break anything. At some points, it was difficult to get the screws out. But I had to be creative and figure out a way how to pry the screws out without damaging the case or the body. What I did was use something magnetic. I will try to keep up and announce everything that I'm using while I'm doing this process. And bear with me, it's going to be a little bit of a long video. I'll try my best to speed it up, keep it short. Thanks for joining today. Don't forget to like and subscribe while we're watching this if you feel like this is very helpful for you. So now the back screw did not want to come out, and this is the part where I get very creative about how I'm going to figure out how to get this thing out. First, I thought the magnetic tip of the one that I was using was going to pull it out, but it did not. And I didn't want to pry the back out with the screws in there because you know those screws are very tiny and you don't want to lose those things. I have wooden floors. I do not want them to fall out between any boards of the wooden floor because then that's bye-bye, adios for that screw. I continue on to get the rest of the screws loose. And then I go into a creative mode. That's what us creators do, right? But it seemed like the easiest ones to get out was the middle screws, except for that bottom right one. Also, I was a little bit nervous about working inside of it because, you know, I just got it. And I didn't want to do anything to short circuit it. I usually see some creators use some bracelet thing to ground themselves, but I didn't have that. Cool. I like the texture of the device. It's not like a pure bright white to it. It's like almost like an off-white. It's definitely a good move by Valve for releasing something like this. I probably could see in the future that they'll release a red one. That would definitely be cool. But again, now who wants to have 3 Steam Decks in their house? Because I do have the original OLED limited edition. Like I said in the last, well, I didn't even say it in the last video. I just had the last video play music. But I do have the original OLED black one with the clear interior. Like it's like you can see through it, almost like transparency slightly. And I have the original animation, the original keyboard. So now you can see I got the back off. I just had to go through that fast forward part of it because it was a pain in the behind to get that back plastic off. Now there's a screw on the bottom of that heat shield to the left. You want to take that one out. And there's one on the top to the left. You want to take that one out. Now where I'm placing the screws, I have a metal bowl that has a magnetic bottom to it. So it keeps the screws intact so that they don't bounce around or get lost. You know, I have 2 kitties, so they be running around and I don't want them to knock anything down and then I lose my screws. I already got enough screws missing. So carefully, you see how I use that tool? I used that before on the back. That was the most magnetic part of the Xiaomi screw set that I have. So before you want to pry that out, you do want to loose that ribbon cable because at first I thought I was going to be able to finesse it like I did my last OLED, but couldn't. And I didn't want to use my fingers. As you can see, I got big hands. I don't want to break anything off the motherboard. So I ended up getting a card because the prior twos that I ordered from Amazon never came through. I ended up canceling that order anyway. and proceeded on with this installation. But the card worked. You just don't want to be too forceful with it. You pry back that heat shield carefully. I see some creators, they disconnect the battery. I didn't. You proceed cautiously with whatever methods you choose. I'm not a super duper professional repairman. I'm just DIY type of guy. So now there's a screw on the bottom of the M2 2230 1 terabyte solid state chip. I put it to the side. There's a heat shield also covering the chip, and at this point I am unwrapping the 2 terabyte. Now that I have the 2 terabyte chip in my hand, I'm gonna uninstall the old one, taking his brains out. And now I'm gonna take off the heat shield carefully. This thing was a pain in the butt as well. It came off easily, I would say, from the older chip. But from the newer chip, to put it on, you'll see in a few seconds the difficulty that I kind of have. Personally, between me and you, on my OLED black one, I kind of ripped the heat shield a little bit and had to use some tape to keep it together. But this one, I didn't want to make the same mistake. So I had a little frustration putting it on, but I ended up getting it on eventually. Tight fit. I'm guessing because maybe it's a slightly thicker drive than the 1T. I don't know, I didn't measure it. I didn't go into the specifics of that, but as you can see, I got it on eventually without ripping that heat shield. Thumbs up for everybody. Install it back in to the same slot. My Xiaomi screw. Now the magnetic part wants to work, so I'm going to carefully drop the screw. I'm carefully with precision try to put it back into the spot. Oh, by the way, these tracks that are playing in the background are produced by me. Original tracks that I created. If you like them, you know, give me a thumbs up. I'll put a description in the bottom about what the name of the tracks are that I created for this video. So the screw is in now. You want to carefully place that heat shield back over and then put that ribbon cable in. A lot of people forget to put that ribbon cable in, and that's the problem. I didn't want to have no panicking when I turn this thing on. And yeah, so we're also going to go through how I use the Steam website to put the OS back on that hard drive. So now we got it in place. We want to pop our screws back into the heat shield with precision, like a surgeon. Carefully screw it into place. You don't want to overscrew it. You don't want to break plastic. And then you have that infinite screw in screw. Happened sometime in the past before with another device. You just don't want to Superman it. You want to Clark Kent it. Carefully with precision. You can see I got my gloves on because hands get sweaty when you get nervous about certain things like this. And now it's all in place. It's installed. I'm gonna pop the back in. I think I kind of Supermaned it when I took the back off. But hey, if it's looking a little warped to me or you, it adds character. Pop everything into place, click it. Make sure it's snapped. That part is the part where I kind of Supermaned it, but the SD card slot still works. So yeah, it's gonna look like I have a little lip there. That's on me. I'll go back in a later time and make sure I put the plastic in place so that it doesn't look like it has a bottom lip. Like someone punched it in the face or something. But it's okay. Thumbs up, everything's closed. And now we have to power it up and get that 256 gigabyte USB-C flash drive that I bought so I could put the operating system back on there. Bear with me. So I go to the Steam Deck website. You can see everything right there. You want to download Rufus. Rufus is the tool you need if you're using Windows so that you can put the Steam OS on the USB drive that you bought, the flash drive. So I downloaded Rufus and then use Rufus to put that Steam OS on there. I fast forward this part because it took 4 minutes approximately. I mean, I guess it's dependent on the strength of your computer. But there go my USB chip right there. And we're ready to do a flash. So what we're gonna have to do is when we power it up, we're gonna have to power up and hold, I believe it's the negative button, the negative volume button and the power button, I believe. And it's gonna take us into the boot manager. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. I forgot for a second. But once we do that and we get into the boot manager, we wanna boot into the flash drive. You can see all those text pop up on the screen. And right now at this moment is booting it into the flash drive. It's like it's probably checking everything, validating whatever it needs to do to boot into that. We got our Steam logo, little loading sign on the bottom. I get excited about stuff like this. I like upgrading things. Alright, so there we go, we're on this screen. I'm gonna close those windows real quick. Difficult to press things with this. Oh, I was just skipping through windows. There we go. I closed it. And now you want to hit the button that allows you to install your image of your OS. It's going to run some text on, look like on terminal, and then it's going to start installing. Again, thank you for joining me on this video. I know this one is a little long, but I wanted to make sure that you get every single detail of what I did to upgrade to a 2 terabyte SSD. Remember, it's an M.2 2230. That's what it is, M.2 2230. I got a Seagate. There go my bowl with my screws. They're all magnetically stuck to the bottom, excuse me. A lot of people to be like, oh, Sim, what do you do when you're not doing this stuff? Well, I'm playing video games, I'm going to work, and I mix, master, produce, engineer, make beats, write rhymes, make songs. I do have a couple songs on my channel. Check them out when you get some time. There we go, we're loading up. We got that Steam Deck logo. Everything's looking good so far. Again, this is going to be a long video because I'm giving you the real time of it. I'll fast forward things that'll be stuck on certain screens for a while. But so far, we're looking good right now. We're maintaining altitude. A little bit of scuffs on the screen. Nope, it's not a D-brand sponsored video, but I do have a D-brand cough. There we go, and we're starting up. We got our Steam logo, and we're in. It's looking good. It's doing a little bit of updating. Now, after I did this, I did have to email Steam about getting my special startup animation screen and my exclusive white keyboard, because I didn't see it inside my account when I logged into the new 2 terabyte SSD. they responded quickly. It took about maybe 4 hours for them to send it to me, and they gave me instructions about, oh yeah, they added it to my account. Go into the little face picture on the top corner, and you'll see rewards. So if anybody's having any difficulty after they upgrade, if you did something like me and you got it and you just upgraded and you didn't log in initially with the first hard drive, well, solid state drive, then that's the process you'll have to go through. What I did is I clicked on a link, because that whole forum thing on Steam, it could be a little confusing. There's no email. You can just email them in. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to go into there and click the purchase that you made for your Steam Deck OLED White, and then write in your comments that you didn't receive your exclusive keyboard or your exclusive startup animation, and can they add it to your account? And they did it really quickly. Thumbs up to Valve for that, for responding really fast on that. I thought it was going to take like 2 or 3 days, but I ended up getting it, and later on in another video I'll show you how it is. Right now, after our updates, we got our little Steam logo. It's doing whatever it's doing. And again, I apologize for the shaking. Next time I'll have a better stabilizer for my camera. But thanks for being on this journey with me with this. This is so cool. I know we always point out that it has a white wiping cloth that comes in the case. But the other OLED edition, and I don't know if the regular ones did, the LCDs, but the OLED edition also came, the black transparent type one, it came with a white cloth on it as well. It's taking a while to start up. At this point, most of us would get nervous and be like, oh my god, we're hitting the boot loop. But we're not. And there goes the Steam logo, the Valve logo. So I'm gonna get myself set up. Can't share this with the world. And then I'm in. You know, you hit all the buttons to get past these little tutorial things like you've never been on Steam before. Now I did buy some accessories. I bought the JSAX case with the cover on the front of it. I didn't really buy none of the modules for it because I'm not really interested in those things. Let's knock 2 birds with 1 stone right now. We close up the back. I'm gonna fast forward that because I know you guys don't want to sit here and watch me screw in 8 screws. There we go. Make sure nothing's scratching the back. Got a little character added onto my Steam Deck. See on the front. It's okay. I'm not too superficial with things. We still got our Steam logo on the front. Doing some more updates. Everything's looking good as far as our 2 terabyte installation. Again, my name is Sim, aka Namic, aka Locke. Produce, engineer, mix, master, record, make songs, and now doing videos. I figure I'd do it because I buy a whole lot of tech stuff. So there go my JSAX case with the cover on the front. I do have a kill switch on my other OLED. That one, I love the kill switch, but I wanted to try this one out because I've been seeing a lot of content creators talk about this one. So I guess we're gonna kind of spin into a unboxing for a quick second. It's just a case. I think you get the module watch in there as well. It's like a little watch that you attach onto the back, but I'm not really interested in that at the moment. And you get this little cover for, like, I guess the official Steam Deck stand that has all the IOs in the back. Not interested in that either. That little watch module. Deal with that later. Yeah, I have no respect for none of my wrappings. I'll just rip it open. When I buy certain things, I plan to keep them. I'm going to keep it. Got a little foam to keep the shape of the case in the back. We'll deal with that module thing later. Let's pop this thing in. Now this thing gave me a little bit of trouble. I guess I was rusty because I haven't put my kill switch, which is kind of similar to put on, in like a year. So just remember to hold down the L2s and the R2s and the R1 and the bumper buttons as well, because you don't want to damage anything while you're putting this case on. You don't want to hear anything snap. Snapping is the wrong sound when it comes to technology. You don't want to hear snapping when it comes to music, or when you're sitting in the circle with your friends and joking. So there we go. I was able to get it on. You see my profile right there. It's looking cool in the case. Also, I'm going to probably do a review coming up because I did order, was a Satisfy white case for this white Steam Deck. So when that comes into the mail, definitely stay tuned in, hit a notification on the YouTube, so that way when I post up that video, you can see how it look with that white case. I got a kickstand on the back. Looks sweet. I like it. Give it a little smell. Smells fresh. It's definitely a cool thing. And there we have it. We got the Valve white OLED Steam Deck limited edition. I got the JSAX case on it, and I got the JSAX screen protector on matte. Matte on matte. Matte on matte on matte. See how it looks with the kickstand? It's nice. With the cover on the front, it doesn't lock on like the kill switch. It's a little bit easier to take off. The kill switch got kind of like a lock little mechanism on there. But it looks nice. Let's get this thing back on. And I'll show you that our storage is definitely there. We didn't do all that labor in vain. Excuse the glare on my screen. I'll bring it closer so you can see. And there we go. We have our 2 terabyte. Some of that stuff is OS stuff, so that's why it doesn't say exactly 2 TB. And you see all the space we have in our Steam Deck OLED White Edition. Again, thanks a lot for joining me in this video. Hope you enjoyed the music I made and the work I've done. Please like and subscribe. Take care, have a great day, and stay blessed.